Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter tabletop game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and give my honest thoughts on how the project is being ran. And today, I'm very excited to check out the most popular game on all of Kickstarter, and I imagine this might be the most popular project on all of Kickstarter. Yes, it is. It is Slay the Spire, the board game, a cooperative deck-building adventure. This has raised $1.4 million. It's 16 days left to go by Contention Games. I will say there's some stuff here I like, there's some stuff here I really hate. I love the fact they're telling me it's a cooperative deck-building adventure, which means it's probably solo as well, which is always good to know, and I'd love to see it slapped on the side here, potentially here, because you got lots of space you could be using. I'd like to know the player count, the time length, the age. I'd like to see some of the components. I'd like to know how many cards there are. I'd like to see the price. There's so much more information that I'd like to see than, oh, look, here's clouds around the outside. But still, at least they tell me the cooperative deck building. Now, it's also a video game. I've never played the video game. I know nothing of the video game, so I'm coming at this purely from the perspective of someone who's never played the video game. But as always, I'm going to be trying to look at it from the perspective of someone who is like a big fan of Slay the Spire and see if they pique my interest as well. But as always, when I go to the video, do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Let's watch the video. You. Game. Ooh, okay. Killing stuff. It's cards. Ooh, metal coins. So there's presumably going to be a premium or deluxe version of the game, or the version that I'm getting is going to be deluxeified. Immediately that goes into my costs, into my brain, so I imagine I'm going to be paying over $100. Just purely guessing right now, seeing metal coins and minis. This is like, it's nice that you're showing me stuff, but it doesn't really mean anything. And maybe, I'm going to guess, because I actually saw someone on Twitter complaining that the board game looked way too much like the video game, and they'd rather just play the video game. And I'm wondering if all this stuff that I'm seeing makes a lot more sense if you had played the video game, in which case I imagine that that's intriguing to you. Still watching commercials, but I know enough about Slay the Spire to want this from name alone. All right, cool. I'm excited to hear your input on this one, Kevin. Okay. I think that was like an auction or something where you could buy cards as a buy row. Well, it is a deck builder. That makes sense. Okay. Taco, yes, they're betting hard on the IP, which is fine. The art is all from the video game, as far as I understand. That makes sense. You would want a completely different art style. That would, I feel like people would be pretty upset about that. Hexy Studio, okay. They normally do quality work on the videos. And honestly, I didn't feel like that was a great video, but I wouldn't put that on Hexy. They just create the videos. But that one, like, it didn't really tell me much. It was just stuff. Like, ah, cool, look, there's things going on in the game. And it's a game versus Slay the Spire. And once again, all the characters that you know are in this game, because we're going to show you those minis like 6 times. Okay. So, can you do... so, do I want it? I love cooperative deck building, too. That's what breaks my heart a little bit. I'm a huge fan of both cooperative and deck building adventures. Hopefully this is for, what, 90 minutes? Wowzers! Now I'm more interested. Now, I apologize for slapping my chest. I mentioned it was loud. I feel like that should be on the marquee. This is not a light game. This is a medium-weight, 90-minute game. All right, Contention Games, 2 created, 16 backed. Bring you the next generation of epic board games. Imperium the Contention. That picture should be at the ad. Agreed. All right, so what do we got? Funded in 3 days, so this one came out. I'm assuming the last update was May 22. Fulfillment complete. People got their stuff. Let's make sure everything's good. Convention games disappear. This would be terribly unfortunate. We still need more Imperium. We're currently working on something. More Imperium, please. Checking in to see if you guys finished the Slay the Spire. So cool. So, not a flaming dumpster fire. Actually, it's people excited to see their next game. Ooh, fast-paced 4X game with cards. That looks really cool. All right. So, 1 to 4 players, 90 minutes, age 14 plus. So, can you do it? Yes, I feel comfortable. For the most part, you've done something before. You got this license, which kudos to you. Slay the Spire, the board game is cooperative deck building adventure. Slayer's Pledge, 15 bucks. Collector's Pledge, 30 bucks. So this is how much you're going to save. So now I know there's 3 pledge levels. There's a Kickstarter exclusive claw pack and $5 off shipping, all pledges. Huh. Okay. Well, yeah, you dictate whatever the cost of shipping is. That's weird. Like, it'd say this was 15 bucks off this 35 bucks right here. We were going to charge you 50, but it's just odd to me. It feels much more like a Target sort of thing as opposed to a Kickstarter sort of thing. But I'm glad to see that they're talking about the shipping high up. I should not be complaining, because the bottom line is anytime you're mentioning shipping early on, that makes me happy. So components, 4 minis, 410 art sleeves. What do you mean, cards? Are these sleeves? Are these actual sleeves that go on the cards? Yo, wow, so they're sleeves. Are these sleeves that impact the gameplay somehow, or are these sleeves that I want for why do I need art sleeves? 2 map boards, 1 merchant board, 2 4-player boards, 1 die. So is this just the base game comes with 430 sleeves? Because that's interesting. So then we got the Collector's Pledge. So this is going to come with all the base game contents and 4 character playmats, a deck playmat. So these are actual stitched edges, 3 millimeters neoprene. Cool, like that. Bigger box stores playmat. Wow. So we're actually getting an entirely new box in the Collector's Pledge. Merchant bags and 28 metal coins. I don't mind how they're doing this. This is the Slayer's Pledge. This is everything you're getting. This is the next pledge. You get everything from up there, but you're getting this. I kind of like this. I don't like how far it's zoomed out. I really wish that it was zoomed in more and that this was a lot longer and sexier. I think this is not the time where you should be too concerned about how long your page is. Like, I feel like you could trim it elsewhere if that's what you were shooting for. The upgradable cards are double-sided, so you need a sleeve for them to keep them randomized when face down for drawing. There's a reason for the sleeves, but the Kickstarter page doesn't explain it well at all. Thank you, Taco. That's fantastic to know. Absolutely. This sounds like a unique thing you got going on here, and instead it just seems like, wait, am I paying you extra for sleeves? Niao's all in. Thematic, I bet. And the beta art. 360 cards, extra copy of cards from the board game using beta art from the video game. Wow, that is fan service hardcore level 100, and I like it. Why not? Why not have it there? So, I don't know if it needs to be lumped. Well, this is the deluxe. So honestly, I feel like this one's going to be the most popular after seeing this, because this one adds a table play mat, and this one's a non-helpful play mat. It's just like, oh, here's a picture of some art. So yeah, I imagine this one's not nearly going to be as popular as one up ahead. So then we got the Slayer. So let's check it out. Buck, 1,500 people sitting on the fence. Slayer's Pledge, $12.30, $100. Did it feel like a $100 game? That's exactly what I said. That was the exact number that I gave. So I feel like that's Kickstarter reasonable. That's what I'd expect to pay for a video game, board game that's deluxeified with metal coins and stuff like that. I think minis are a shameless, shallow cash grab, but I'm a sucker for coins. Yeah, these minis definitely, like with a deck builder, they feel like that, no doubt about it. But it's the video game. You know, you want the fancy. And then here's the fancy. So the Collector's Pledge, 5,000. Yep, that's the most popular. And then still, and this is why you have this weird pledge level that I would not imagine most people would want, because the bottom line is 2,600 people took it. That's why you offer those kind of things. And that right there is kudos to them. They clearly knew what their target market was going to want, and they offered it. And because of that, you know, they're getting an extra $70, $65 for that pledge level. All right, so the big one, $145. That seems like around about what I'd expect to pay. Hopefully we don't beat around the bush when we get to the shipping, now that I know which one I'm going to purchase. So now we're focusing on the components. Upgrades, flip to upgrade. Whoa, what? So this is how the card sleeve system works. Wow. You know what? If only there was a great spot to put that, like the video. Because I feel like right here it's buried. It's buried. How to play. Ooh, overview. That's not a how to play.
This is on the board.
Okay. Okay, I don't know. So this is the Becca Scott one. Not dissing Becca Scott. It's just the Good Time Society ones, if I'm thinking correctly, are the ones where...
Each taking...
No, I don't think I'm thinking of a different one. I think of a different one. Never mind. I don't have any experience with these ones, if I'm thinking of the same ones. Some of them, they don't teach you the whole game, and then you sit through like an 8 to 10 minute video, and it's like, oh, I still need to read the rules? Like, what the hell? Oh, when the Kickstarter launched, there was no rule booklet posted, no playthrough video, and only 2 reviews plus 2 rules overview videos. Ooh, thank you for the info, Taco. So this is hopefully greatly improved there. So 24-page rule booklet, components, setup. There's the pictures of it. Looks good. Pictures, illustrations, examples. Okay, looks all right. Reviews. So this is a review.
Hey, Malik.
Okay, does it work? Game, should I back it? Here we go. This is what I want to see. Full playthrough, hour 26. Beautiful. That's what I want to see. Daily reveal. So there's a how to play video, and there's a playthrough video, and there's a rule booklet. So that's everything you're going to need to pretty much make the decision on whether or not you want to spunk down the $100 there. I do like that. Daily reveal. Colorless packs. 20 colorless cards. Card pack with sleeves. Cool. So those are extras. So every day we're getting something new. That's exciting. So that's a reason to come back. I feel like that's buried a little bit, but still, this actually feels like a pretty tight Kickstarter page. I don't feel like there's been too much bloat. Shipping. So we're straight into the shipping. Well, not straight into the shipping, but we're here. Slayer's Pledge, Collect Pledge, all in. And that's where the $5 comes off. So now I'm looking at $157 so that I can have the super deluxeified collector's edition of this game that I absolutely adore. It seems reasonable to me. And I especially when it's a video game, board game, and I look at it from that perspective and I say to myself, how often do we see $150, $200, $300 deluxe special versions of video games? So this seems very reasonable to me. I feel like that's a sweet spot for the price, especially on Kickstarter. The shipping seems pretty reasonable. Looks like a game that is pumped by the IP, and the shipping seems unrealistic. The shipping might seem unrealistic, but the bottom line is they're backed by the company that I imagine they're making a very large print run of this. Because if we actually look at the components in this game, because yeah, this is 5,000. That is 6,200. They're probably making a 15, 20,000 print run maybe by the end of all this. Who knows? Could be higher. You know, and I can guarantee you that this game does not cost $100 to print if you're making a print run that massive. So yeah, I imagine they can eat a little bit of the shipping, and I think that does look good on them. Because yeah, you got to look at the print run they're making. So FAQ, ugly, disorganized. I would reorganize it like Reload from Colossal Games. Also, Brandon Sanderson's most recent one did it as well. It is going to become the industry standard because I'm going to put pushing it because Reload, Colossal Games got it right the first time. Well, probably the first time, but they got it right. Why is shipping so low? You've only added $5 shipping credit for all pledge levels that can. Will manufacturing be a problem? We spent an extra year prototyping. Whatever. You're attached to the video game, I feel comfortable because I imagine it's a very popular video game. So 19 comments, 138, 67 comments, and 19 comments. So this is the most engaging update. So let's check it out. I'm glad they're being very responsive with course corrections to the page. I'm still iffy due to cost and how fiddly it will be on the table versus the video game. Yeah. From a board game perspective, I'm like, that's a huge ask. Like, that is a huge ask. Especially when I say to myself, how replayable is this? You know, is it a campaign game? I don't think it is it? I feel like I don't know that much. Now, granted, I could go through the videos, I could go through the rule booklet, so I can't knock them on that. Because, once again, sometimes we don't have those. What can I say except that your show of support today has been amazing. Our original plan for stretch goals got blown away past our expectations. It's clear that you were all getting unlocked everything. So they had stretch goals, and they're like, holy crap, we hit $1.4 million. Let's see how popular this game is. I'm just going to take a quick aside. Slay the Spire. Like, is this thing 100,000 Steam reviews? It's for $8 at Best Buy. That tells me that it is sold, like, that they made a print run so large that they could sell it at $8 at Best Buy. So yes, this is a huge, huge IP. Cool. $100 when it's seemingly just a card game is crazy. Yes, Dustin gets it. But once you slam that Slay the Spire on there, it becomes it is. I mean, it's like I in my mind, I pay $60 to $70 for a video game. I'm paying $150 for the deluxe premium video game, this seems reasonable in my mind. But coming from the board game perspective, I'm like, it looks like a game that probably shouldn't cost $150. Very good call. Keep it simple. It'll be hard enough to handle with this many backers. Ink, I'm so excited. Love the daily reveals. You can do double sleeves using perfect. So, cool. I would also ask people. Ask people in the next update. You want to get engagement. You want to see Buko engagement. Oh, they just posted it. I bet it's not going to get Buko engagement because you didn't ask people what they wanted as unlocks. Today's daily reveal is foil pack. What's in it? You decide. Every day we'll vote on a card. And whoa! Actually, I take backsies. Take backsies. They're voting. Yes! Engagement. All right. That I take back. I take back. That's why you make 1.4 million. That's great. Tell us your favorite Ironclad rare in the comments below and we'll foil it. So you're directly reaching to the fans with what is essentially a niche question, though. Because if you're not a fan of this, you have zero answer to give. Whereas if you are, like, yeah, you get it. So I still love this, asking a niche question. I imagine it's going to have great engagement. And this is exciting. This looks like a project that is going to have legs, where I want to come back every few days to see what's going on, because right now I'm going to be voting. Cool. So, yeah, loving the updates. Comments, 842, some great engagement. Will there an in-sort organizer included? Ideally, one that makes the game set up, tear down quicker. 100% agree. Slay the Spire is a video game with a lot of fan-made content available. While I know this won't be impossible in the campaign, has there any consideration giving people who want to create custom characters an easy, accessible way to do this, potentially an app? Can you confirm what MSRP is? 115. There wasn't a retailer pledge level, which always sticks. I always like seeing that. But yeah, it looks wow. And at the end of the day, that right there is huge. Because Kickstarter's been around for a long time, and you still have projects bringing in 1,400 new people to the table. Absolutely love seeing that one. So, Slay the Spire, the board game. Final grade on this one. Do I want it? I mean, if you're a fan, yeah, I think so. Me personally, nah. It's really expensive for what probably isn't. Like, that's... Like, this could be a six... Like, if there was no theme on this, this could probably be a $60 game, like MSRP-wise. Now, it does have a lot of cards. Maybe that's up to 80. But still, you get what I'm saying here. So do I want it? Mixed bag. Can you do it? Yeah, I feel comfortable. You've raised $1.4 million. You're doing a massive print run of this. So, yeah, I feel pretty good about that. And your last game not only went over well, but people are excited to see the expansion for it. So that gets me excited as well. I was honestly worried that was going to be like a little bit of a flaming dumpster fire. It's not. That's just, and once again, that's just on me because I've seen too many times where it is. And then how much is it? You're lucky you got that video game IP. You're lucky you got that video game IP because otherwise it's not great. So from a video game perspective, seems reasonable, seems right. From a board game perspective, it's a hard sell. But at the end of the day, they went for their market. They went for their audience. And I think with the price that they have, that was the best choice. You know, because sometimes I'll see some games where it's like they're going 50-50 which way or who they're trying to appeal to. New customers or customers who know the IP. And I feel like they leaned hardcore into their fan base, and it's paying off for them, $1.4 million. So, awesome. Slay the Spire, the board game. Overall, I'm going to give this one a very positive grade. I think it's around an A, maybe A-, B+. I do think these minis are a bit expensive here. The sleeves are. I don't think the minis are. Yeah, the sleeves, absolutely. You got 400 sleeves. But maybe you could convey that a little bit better here. Because where are the sleeves? Where do I see these sleeves here? That I'm like, this is where I'm looking at, 410 art sleeves. If I don't even read that, if I just gloss past that, I look at this and I say, this is $100? Are these the sleeves? So this is why I just think it's so crucial to zoom in on your components. Give every single component its own individual thing. Because yes, I think Taco might have a great point there. If this was presented a little bit more, a little bit better, I think 730 cards, that's a boatload of cards. 410 art sleeves. But when I just look at this picture, it doesn't look like a $100 game right here. Oh, but when you go down, so you get more down here, but still, I don't know. I think it's just the presentation. So you know what? I'm going to go with a B+ on this one. Still, overall, the main image, yeah, that one's ugly too. I feel like this is a better main image. Like that stuff's good there. But let me know in the comments below. So I'm going to go B+. Let me know in the comments below what's your final grade for Slay the Spire, the board game. And once again, but the cooperative deck build, I feel like there's so much more information that could have been conveyed there too. But I feel like the other good things they did are going to bump with that video as well. That video wasn't spectacular, was it? Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the video at all. Okay, so now we're at the B. We're going to give it a B. Or B. I think that's as low as we're falling. Those updates were fantastic. Great engagement. So I'm going to B. Solid B. Let me know in the comments below. What's your final grade? As always, thanks for your time, YouTube. Bye-bye. Boop. Bop.